Well, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that anymore, I think.
I haven't had to deal with that in a while.
Yeah, and it's really hard because like I see our besties going through it. Toby's going through it.
Mhm.
Sorry, Toby. Toby's asleep right now. He can't defend himself.
Toby's asleep.
But I think the last time he was telling us about it, right? Um,
Yeah.
um, yeah. All right. See, exactly. Jem said I plead the fifth. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Past. Okay. These are questions about your past. Okay. Have you ever been in love?
I have. I definitely have. It's a little bit strange because it happened with like my first relationship. Um, my first boyfriend, we were together for like almost 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
but it happened during a time where like both of us were just very like how do I say it? Like he was like emotionally like unstable. And I was just like in a time where like my family was just like looming over me because
Mm-hmm.
like I hadn't talked to them yet. Um, so it was constantly like, oh, like I'm gonna go see like my friend, or I'm gonna go to this thing that I'm having at school. But other times, like, or like most of the time, it was just me like seeing him. So there, there was actually this one time where I almost got caught. Um, where I told my mom, I was like, "Oh, hey mom, like we have like dance practice like after school until like 7:30." Um, and like we usually would have dance practice after school. Um, so I would stay sometimes until like 6. So I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh no, it's just like a little bit like longer this time because like it's gonna be like one particular routine that's staying just to clean up a few things for like the dance or whatever, just to make sure it's ready for the spring performance."
Please.
So because of that, she was like, "Okay, like whatever." So she let me go, but I was actually just like with my boyfriend at his house,
Mm-hmm.
which like thankfully enough, like his house is like literally right next to the high school, but it was on the opposite side
Mm-hmm.
of the like the football field, which is where I was supposedly
Mm-hmm.
like rehearsing.
Mm-hmm.
So she ends up going, and then she is like immediately there at 7:30. And I was like, okay, like it'll take my mom like a while for her to like get to the school and then like pick me up or whatever. So I take my sweet ass time, and then eventually, like my friend Michelle texts me. She's like, hey, like your mom was like around here looking for you. It was like 7:35, 7:40. My mom usually takes forever to pick me up. So by the time like she was there, like she realized that I wasn't at fucking practice because she was like, oh, like I tried like texting your friend Michelle to like ask where you are because I saw that like all of the dancers were like leaving like
Uh-huh.
after rehearsal. So I was like, oh yeah, like I just needed to get something from someone nearby, like um because we're working on this project and blah blah blah. I don't know, like one way or another, like she fucking believes me. She probably
Mm-hmm.
didn't believe me.
Yeah.
She probably knew I was lying, but back then I don't think she wanted to make like a whole ass scene about it. So
Right.
yeah,
No, yeah, I've had those moments
yeah.
too. Yeah.
I was definitely in love with him. I think we broke up like twice and then got back together.
Mm-hmm. As
But
teenagers tend to do,
it
yeah.
was yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was just very, very I think emotionally draining. But I really wanted to cling on
Mm-hmm.
to like a sense of stability. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I found that in my relationship with him. Just because a lot of things were going on like in my life. It was just all just very chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Um so he was like my main source of like stability and comfort.
Oh, that's cute. Well, you were just a kid back then, you know? Now you know.
I was.
Well,
Mhm.
speaking of which, if you were to simply describe what love is to a child, how would you describe it? How'd you explain it?
The way that I would describe love to a child, I think I would tell them it's that little like feeling of having butterflies in your stomach, but all throughout your body.
Oh, I know what that feels like. I feel that. I felt that today.
Mhm.
Um, have you ever had your heart broken?
Mm, not really. I think I'm the one that usually breaks hearts.
Yeah, same. No, I mean, but usually the times where I felt it, it was my own doing,
Mm,
or I was just like delusional. So, okay. Okay, this is a viewer submitted. What piece of media, movie, TV show, book, etc., do you think has influenced you the most as a person?
mm.
Do not say Born to Die. I will kill you on in game.
I don't know. That's a really good question. But I feel like I've gone through so much media and that like it isn't just like one piece that
Well,
defines me.
let's. I can narrow it. Sorry to hijack this question. Whoever asked it, I don't know. It was anonymous, but like, when was the what was the first time you felt representation in media? How about that?
Mm.
Can you recall?
I think it's definitely I think for me, just like that question, because I had a really like rough time just like accepting like my own identities. Like I grew up with like very close-minded, um, like a very close-minded mentality where like my dad like really instilled like these like conservative
Mm-hmm.
ideologies and beliefs, like revolving particularly like around like machismo. So like what
Mm-hmm.
it really means to be like masculine or like a man.
Yeah,
Um,
that's yeah. It's really
so
common with a lot of my Latino friends.
yeah, it was very, very toxic. Um, and oftentimes like I would like consume certain media that I believed would please my dad, you know, and like make him believe that like I'm growing up to be like what he wants me to be. Um, so I sometimes would like listen to like a lot of like just like male like artists,
Mm-hmm.
um, watch like action movies with like a lot of fighting, like all these other things that
Mm-hmm.
like he would also have like interest in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then eventually, like just growing up, I realized that like this isn't what I like. Like this isn't for me, you know. Um, so instead, I would like I would sometimes watch things with my little sister.
Mm-hmm.
Bless my little sister for being a girl because
She's this kind
she
of a
was like the
slay.
way that she is a big slay because she was the reason like why I was able to watch like certain shows like fucking Winx Club, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or like fucking My Little Pony, or like what's
Right.
another one, or like
Mm-hmm.
the Barbie movies, you know,
Mm-hmm.
specifically like the one where she's like a fucking mermaid. Or like half mermaid, like half human. That one in particular, that one was a fucking slave because she was like this little like surfer girl, but then eventually she finds like her fucking like pink dolphin or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that takes her to the fucking like mermaid city. That shit was a fucking slay, and I love that.
Okay, well, so that was it. It was Miss Mermaid Barbie.
Mhm.
She was the one. The two, the three, and the
She
four.
was the one. She was the one.
um, let's see. Let's get a little bit more trivial. What was the last meal you cooked?
Potato tacos. I fucking love potato tacos.
What is that?
One of the main dishes. Um, it's literally just like boiled potatoes, and then I put like queso cotija, so like the
Mm-hmm.
dry cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like skim something cheese in English. I don't know what the fuck it
I don't
is.
know. I just call it cotija.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. Mi gente Latino. But then I also put the Monterey Jack. So Monterey Jack cheese, and cotija cheese, and then I just kind of like mash everything together, and then it just
Oh, so
becomes
it's like
this
cheesy
really like
potatoes.
yeah, it becomes like a really nice like fluffy like potato,
Mm-hmm.
and I warm up some tortillas just because like when they're like not like warmed up, they're very like brittle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're really easy to like break or whatever because they're really fragile. So I warm them up so that they're a little bit more like malleable.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just grab a little bit of potato, put it in the tortilla, make it into like a little taco, and then just like let it off to the side so it cools a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
then I get some oil, heat it up, just fry them. And then as soon as they're like golden brown from both sides, I open them up, put some more cotija cheese, and then I just put some lettuce. And other people put like tomato or like slivered onion, like crema too, so like sour cream, things like that, just to add like a little bit more variety. Um, but yeah, one of my favorite dishes to make, one of the easiest ones to make as well.
That sounds good. Maybe I'll make it. Um, what was the last meal that was cooked for you?
Hmm. I don't know if this would count, but like a burger from Chili's.
I feel like that counts. Someone made that for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. I have a question for you later. Okay. Off stream. um, what was the best time you had while you were in a crowd?
The best time I had while I was in a crowd. Mm, I think the day that I went with the Odyssey Rosalia.
Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it was just such a nice time. Like
yeah.
definitely,
Yeah,
like
mi gente
my first concert
blanca.
ever. Like, not mi gente blanca, please.
Yeah, okay, okay.
You're so unserious. But no, for real, for real. I really, really liked it. I think just having it as like my first like concert experience, um, surrounded by like people that I love, like my friends. It was very nice. Like, and then just like listening
Yeah,
to all the songs
yeah, and
live.
like just think about that. Like everybody just absorb that information and think about that. That was the best time Silva had in a crowd, and Jer wasn't there. Imagine if Jer was there. Who knows? Would it still have been the best? Would it have been elevated? Would it have been? Who knows? We'll never know. But yeah, that was really a fun night. I mean, that her show was good. Like, I would pay to see that
Yeah,
again. Yeah, 100%.
I would too.
Um, what is the best time you had while you were alone?
I think while I was alone, the best time I've had. I think I kind of have this like less often now than I wish I would, but every now and then, particularly like in my first year, just for um like a way to like recharge and like really take care of my mental health. What I would do is I would grab like my headphones, like over ear headphones, like noise canceling, literally just lay on the ground, um, put like a blanket or something over, um, and then just like look up into the ceiling and close my eyes, like take like deep breaths and then just play like instrumental music.
Mm-hmm.
So like no lyrics, literally just like,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think that's like usually like some of like the best time that I have alone, just because it really lets me like let go of anything and just like really calm down and just like recharge. Anytime like after where like I like get up, I also get up like slowly. Like I don't just like immediately, like
Mm-hmm.
get up. I like take my time and then I just like sit upright and then I take more deep breaths and then that's it. I feel lighter, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's something that I feel like I need to be more conscientious about too, because like I used to be one of those people who did that as well, like took time to relax and stuff like that. I just feel like I'm so busy these days. I don't know. Do you ever feel like you're like so busy that like things are just like not, you don't have time to do anything, and then, but I mean, it's different for you because you have like structure. Anyway, this isn't about me. What is the worst advice you've ever been given?
The worst advice I've ever been given? Hmm, I don't know. I don't know. That's hard to say, mostly because I feel like I'm often like finding myself in the position where I'm the one giving advice to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is there any bad advice you've ever given?
mm,
Text him back, girl. Text him back.
please, no, yeah, yeah. I think that was one of the worst advice I've ever given to one of my friends this one time, because she was like back and forth with like her boyfriend, and I was like, no, girl, like go back to him, like it's fine. But then she ended up like, I think she ended up finding that like her boyfriend like was like messaging other girls, and
Oh,
I was like, sorry, girl, why don't you leave him now? You know?
that's so
Yeah.
funny. Would you change anything about your past?
About my past?
Hmm.
Um, I think I think the main thing that I would change about my past would probably be like in the way that I really conformed to what my dad wanted instead of like being true to myself and then just doing what I wanted, you
Hmm.
know? I think before like the concept of like gayness, or just being queer like in general, like the absence of it, really like limited the way that could like consume like certain media or just like express myself in general.
Hmm.
But I think just like letting go of like all of that and then just, really embracing that more like freedom aspect, um, and just listening to what I wanted, watching what I wanted, like without caring like if my dad approved of it or not. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking about how that would relate to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
mhm.
yeah, 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 yeah. And this is the last one I believe is in the past section. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up?
When I was little, damn. Um
When I grow up, I want to be silver.
when I was little, I've always had like the idea of wanting to be a doctor. I actually talked to my mom about this like not that long ago. Actually this weekend when I went home
Mm-hmm.
because my family members, a few of them still are like under the impression that I'm going to be a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Or that I'm graduating college with like for medicine or something, but that's like clearly not the case anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I've told a few of like my family members from my mom's side,
Mm-hmm.
um, and like now like they know like what I'm studying, like education, blah blah blah. But there's like a few other like family members that we have beef with just because of
Mm-hmm.
like something that happened like a while ago.
Mm-hmm. I know what that's like.
During
Yeah.
like Christmas, like New Year, like during
Mm-hmm.
that time,
No, I
in
got.
particular.
Listen, I have an auntie that's been sending angry letters since for some shit that happened that took place in 2006. Like, girl, like let it go.
Please. Yeah. So it's very like it gets very like tired. And it's just very annoying sometimes because like a lot of them are like gossiping about like what's going on like
Mm-hmm.
between like families or whatever. Um so now like we're like the talk of like our family, like me and my brother,
Mm-hmm.
because we're graduating. Um and a lot of like the other like family members that are like part of like the group that like we don't talk to or like we don't talk about. Um they're like not doing anything like productive or like they aren't like moving forward with their lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're all still like under the same roof, like no one's moved out yet, like they're just
Mm-hmm.
like living with their parents. Like they're not even working. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, girl, what are you doing? Like let's get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do something with our lives. Like
Mm-hmm.
this isn't
Mm-hmm.
we're not still in high school. But I feel like a lot of the times they still feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so me and my brother like graduating, like it's a really big step for us. Um, and then like particularly like for my mom because now she's like comparing us to them, and it's like
Oh, yeah, they do that.
okay,
They do that a lot.
it's like
Especially if you have like
yeah,
if especially if you have cousins that are the same age as you. Like
mhm,
that's oof, girl.
yeah. So there's that. Um, so some of them know that like my brother is like in the academy now, like
How old
doing
is
his
your
like
brother?
training or whatever. He's a year older than me. He's 23.
Okay.
Mhm. So he's like in the academy. He's like training to be like a police officer for like Vernon or like the city of Vernon.
Oh wow. ACAB.
Yeah, no, for real.
Okay.
I'm a little about it, but it's like whatever. Okay, like you do
Whatever.
you.
Be in your bag.
Yeah, and like be in your blue bag. Um, but now with me like graduating, like I'm now like the more recent talk because
Mm-hmm.
um
Oh, that's why your favorite
like I
color is
said, like
blue.
a lot of
Okay, yeah.
people yeah,
Sorry.
please. So now like they're thinking like, oh, like he's like graduating with like a degree in like medicine or something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know that like I'm not studying to be a doctor anymore.
Mm.
Um, so it's just like wondering what they're gonna think or like what they're gonna say like when they find out that like I'm
Honestly,
not doing medicine anymore, but I'm still doing like something.
I would have yeah, I mean y you I mean not that it's a competition, but you they have nothing on you.
No,
Like
no, it is
I
a
would have been like
competition. They really have nothing
I'm
on
like
me.
my child goes to UCLA on a full scholarship and yours is Iron 2 in TFT. Like be serious. Like what is
Please.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm. Um all right, so the next couple of questions, it's like six, are about the future. Now that we've talked about that, is what are you most excited for within the upcoming year?
I think the thing that I'm most excited for, is definitely, like, starting to work in August with, like, my students.
Hmm.
I think it just really sucks the fact that, like, the program I'm a part of, like, it only lets you be there for 2 years.
Hmm.
So, it's, like, maybe barely enough time to, like, build rapport with your students,
Hmm.
and, like, getting to know them and then just, like, seeing them grow and, like, eventually go on to college, things like that. Um But yeah, I think I'm just really, really excited to like finally be doing something that I want to do and like having like my first like I guess official like job
Hmm.
um be something in the field that I am passionate about.
Hmm.
I think with like my own like research and like my findings and everything and seeing how like a lot of like Latinx students um often have like these social emotional struggles or barriers that they need to overcome with their family, like, especially being, like, first generation, like, navigating everything, like, which can be quite confusing.
Hmm.
Um, I'm just really, really excited to, like, be there and, be a guide for them to help them navigate, like, these often daunting, processes
Yeah,
related to
I
college
think
applications and things like that.
a lot of people, um, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people go into education and study education is so that they could be the person that they either had or needed,
Mhm.
you know, for future generations, and I think that's very admirable. Um,
Mhm.
I for one, that's what I dedicated my life to for almost 20 years, and then realized that it made me no money, so I stopped. but but you're more ambitious than I am, so I have no, I have no doubts that you're gonna be slay. Uh, but yeah, I'd be lucky to have you as a advisor, counselor. Oh, um, what are you what are you most proud of that you accomplished during your undergrad? This is a viewer question.
think the thing I'm most proud of, mm, I think it's one of the earlier things that I did. It's actually one of the first things that I did,
Hmm.
but being like a new student advisor, just because it was very, very, very exhaustive, like extensively like exhaustive. Where's the fucking exhaust sound? Let me turn
Oh,
this shit on, girl.
I found it. I got you.
Girl, play that shit. Play that shit right now. By the end of that summer, I kid you not, I think I probably aged like 10 years. It was so bad,
Oh my
but I'm also
gosh.
very proud that I got through it.
Slay, we're the
Like,
same age
the
now.
first please. The first day the first day, I, like, fell behind on, like, so much work
Hmm.
that we had, like, a time frame, right? I think it was, like, anywhere between, like, 3 to 6, like, something like
Hmm.
that. So it was, like, 3 hours where we were
Hmm.
supposed to, like, meet with students and talk to them about, like their dual enrollment credits, like their SAT, ACT, like test scores, AP scores, things like that. Essentially, anything academic that they came into the university with, we had to like go through it with them.
Hmm.
And the night before, we were supposed to do prep work, right? But me
Hmm.
being like a first year like new student advisor, I didn't know like what to do, you know. Um, and I was just like, okay, like I'll just meet with them tomorrow. But like I wasn't aware of like the kind of prep work that I had to do for my students, you know. So this was like writing down like their courses and like their credits, their units, everything, translating certain things from like their system to like our system.
Hmm.
So when the time came, when I met with my students, I didn't have anything done, but I had to do like the one-on-one appointments with them, and they were
Hmm.
like 30 minutes. So they were like very, very quick. It was just like, this is what you have done. This is like the kinds of resources that we have at the school, like, and these are the classes that I recommend for you for tomorrow to enroll, right?
Hmm.
And I had, like, my first student done. I think I, like, went over by, like, 5 minutes, and then I told my other student, like, "Hey, like, do you mind just, like, waiting a little bit? Like, I'm with, like, another student, like, we'll be done in, like, a few." Um, but that just kept going over and, like, piling up and, like, longer and longer. So by the time it was, like, again 4:30 around there, I think I'd only met with, like, maybe 1 or 2 students. So I was, like, already behind. So
Hmm.
then, like, in, like, our little messaging Slack,
Hmm.
I tell, like, my boss, I was like, "Hey, like, I'm kind of falling behind, like, do you mind, like, sending, like, another new student advisor or, like, another NSA to, like, help me with, like, some of the students that I have,
Hmm.
just so I can go through with them or, like, through, like, all of them?" And they were like, "Yeah, like, it's fine, like, just give us, like, your Zoom information," because I had, like, my own personal Zoom. So, like, "Just give us your, like, Zoom information, we'll send someone in, and then they can meet with, like, the rest of the students that you have." And then they come in and they're like, "Hey, Eric, like, I'm here to help you. Like, who's up next?" And then I would tell them like the student, and they're like, "Oh, where's your prep work?" And I was like, yeah, I was gonna do that like right now, but I was supposed to do it like last night or like the day before."
Oh my god.
So they were like, "Okay, like, totally cool. Like, it's fine. Like, we got it." And it was usually like the more experienced like new student advisors that would do that, or like they would help out other students,
Hmm.
just because like they have a better grasp of like what to do. So it was just very, very stressful. I was fighting for my life, and I think I ended up finishing like around 7:30, 7:45. So like a
Okay.
whole like hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes after like
That's hella
the last
behind.
appointment I was supposed to have. Yeah, it was hella behind. So because of that, I was like, okay, I need to like change something. I need to switch it around and like actually do my prep work. So after that, like I ended up like reaching out to one of my supervisors, and then I asked them like a little bit of like advice, like, hey, like what am I supposed to be doing like in terms of prep work? And then they finally walked me through it, which it was still like a lot of things to do because sometimes like you'd find yourself in a situation where like a student doesn't show up. So
Hmm.
all of that prep work that you do has to be like erased.
I hate that. Like
Mm,
when I was teaching music, like private music lessons, like whatever I'm assigning these students, I have to practice myself because like I have to play it for them. And like this is
mhm,
something, this is some repertoire that I haven't picked up in years. So I'm just like, oh fuck, I gotta practice this and like be good, you know? And then
mm.
these these bitches don't show up to their lessons, and I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I still get paid, but I'm like, what? All that wasted prep time. That's
Yeah.
you know. Um, are you optimistic about your future?
I think so. I think I definitely look at my future in more of a positive light.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like ever since like the everything that happened like last summer, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was like last summer, with like a lot of my family members like passing away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's become like difficult. Like sometimes like I'm thinking about like, looming danger or like I'm
Mm-hmm.
constantly I feel like when I'm reminding myself like I could lose like any one of my family members or like loved ones like at any moment,
Do you
you
think
know.
do you think about the future a lot?
I think I
Or
do
do you
find
think
myself thinking about the
or
future.
more than the past, would you say?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely a lot more thinking about the future instead of the past. I feel like now with the past, it's like that's like how do I say it?
Like you've learned all
The
you can
past
learn.
is yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like done, unchanged. Like you've learned all you can learn. So,
I feel like I've learned all I can learn from the people who've raised me, and I feel like now I'm the one that's like paving the way for like
mm-hmm.
others that are gonna come after me.
Mm-hmm. And for yourself, you know,
Yeah,
lifelong student.
that's true.
Um, what okay, this took a turn, but what qualities would you like in a future partner if you desire one?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think still a little bit on like the older side. Not
Okay.
like old, but like I think I'm definitely still more into like older men. Um, I think also preferably like
Mm-hmm.
Latino men, toxic but hella fucking fine. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not Silva looking in the mirror.
someone that's please. I think also someone that's like intellectually, how do I say it? Like someone that I can like have conversations about like intellectual things, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you just don't want to have like conversations about like surface level things. Like, I
Hmm.
don't know. I can only talk about the weather and like music and TV shows for so long, I guess, you know?
Or at least someone that like can have conversations with me about like something that they're passionate about, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have a lot of passion. So I feel like someone needs to match that energy or at least be able to kind of give it back in some sort of way. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, where do you see yourself settling down geographically?
Mm, I think
Like, are
probably
you
still somewhere within LA.
you're an LA girl for life? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, yeah. I've met a lot of people, like a lot of my friends and exes and people that I've met were like, you're so Bay Area person.
Mhm.
Like they can imagine me living elsewhere. And I definitely could imagine myself living elsewhere, but like, I don't know, this is where my, I don't know, yeah, it really depends, you know. Home is a feeling, it's not a place anymore. So,
Mhm.
but it still feels here. Well, let's not get into it. Oh, okay. This is the viewer question. If given the opportunity to have kids, would you?
I don't know. I feel like kids are just such a like big responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'd be fine with just like my siblings having kids.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty up in the air for me too. So you got
Mhm.
to be really convincing, really
Yeah.
fine if you want me to have your babies. Okay, this is also another fan question. Fan question, as if you have fans. You do. Um, are you free October 20th through the 24th to cuddle?
20th through the 24th.
That's Vegas.
Yeah,
Let me hear
I
y'all make
was
some noise.
thinking, I was like, if any of those land in the weekend, yeah,
I don't know who asked that, but
which one of those
yes.
days?
All
I'm
right,
pretty sure I know who asked that.
so we're gonna go into a little segment called this or that. Sorry, this I know we're like coming in on an hour 15, but I can talk to you forever. There's like, we've only been like halfway through Loki. I hope you don't mind. You have to go at
Mhm.
7 though, so I'll try to make it quick. Okay, so, um, this or that. I'm gonna ask you some questions, this or that. Um, it's just rapid fire, you know?
Mhm.
Okay, ADC or jungle?
Jungle.
Top or bottom?
Top.
Oh, that's wrong. This is ice or bubbles.
Uh, Bubbles.
Mermaid or fairy?
Fairy.
Bath or shower?
Shower.
Jer or Toby?
Toby.
Me or her?
Sorry, Jer. Sorry, Jer.
Me or her?
Please.
Her or me? No, this, whatever. Fingers or toes?
Fingers.
And then the last one was top or bottom.
Top.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know if I asked you to put my name on a card and your name on a card. Do you have time to do that?
I might have forgotten that.
It's okay. All right. Hold up your left hand and then hold up your right hand.
Can I hold on both?
Okay. 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 Oh wait, which one's your right hand? That one. Okay. Okay. So that one's gonna be me, and then the other one's gonna be you.
Okay.
So the next is a
Okay.
series of questions, and you have to give me the answer in a three, two, one. Me or you. Okay.
Okay.
And I will do the same. Okay. Who do you think was more popular in high school? One, two, three. Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you would be more super popular.
No, I think I was definitely just like within my little circle. But I feel like you are probably a lot more popular. I don't know. I feel like in high school, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know how
really?
much you've changed since high school, but I honestly feel like I don't know. I have a feeling that you were popular in high school.
Um, well, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to anybody else. You know what I mean? I was just living
Yeah.
life, so I couldn't like really gauge that. Panphila and my sisters would tell you that I was, but I don't think I was. Panphila is just a loser, and so is my sister. So like, there's nowhere to go but
Please.
up for you two. So I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, next question. Who do you think will get married first? One, two, three. Me?
Yeah, you.
What do you mean? Why?
I don't know. I feel like you have someone in your life right now.
Next question. Who is a better who is a better singer? One, two, three. Yeah, I would say me, but that's neither here nor there because I've never heard you sing other than that one time in the car. But I'm pretty sure. But you sounded good. You were singing, um, that Selena Gomez song, "Love You Like a
Which
Love
one?
Song."
Please, not that
Mm-hmm.
song.
Okay, who is a better dancer? One, two, three. Period. It is you. I know it's you. Okay. Who is more flexible? Oh, who smells better? One, two, three. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I would say me.
I feel like you also have a wider range of
I do.
scents.
I try my best to smell good. I don't want to smell bad ever. I don't know. Okay. Now, who is more flexible physically? One, two, three. I think it's you. You're a dancer, right? You do the
Mhm.
splits.
Um, with a good stretch, yeah.
Okay. Now, who is more flexible attitudinally? One, two, three. Oh, I said both of us.
Okay.
I feel like you're pretty flexible. I don't know, like you're easygoing. I think we're both pretty easygoing people.
Mhm.
Um, And then last question. Who is better at League of Legends? One, two, three. No way! It's you! It's you, it's you, it's you.
Please.
Yeah,
No, I feel like it's
I'd be out here going pew 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 pew. You're like I got a mind of a mastermind, and I'm just like pew 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 pew. Oh, I thought you meant literally flexible. That was the one before, girl. Jared, did you just tune in? All right. So these are I gave you a list of questions, and you got to choose which ones that we would ask each other, right?
mm,
And I added a couple more. So this will be the pretty big the last section of our interview, and it's called Me and You. First question. If you didn't have to work to make money, how would you spend your time? What would you do or create?
I think I really like this question because like if I didn't have to worry about making money, I would probably focus a lot of my time like in the arts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, particularly like the performing arts. So like definitely like a lot more like
Mm-hmm.
dancing, things like that. Um, playing an instrument. I think I've always wanted to play the violin,
Mm-hmm.
but I just never like had the opportunity to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know, just like the physical like position of like the little dee dee dee. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It does something to me, you know?
Um, if I didn't have to work tomorrow, how would you spend my time? I mean, I feel like I would invest my time in um kind of meeting and knowing more people, investing my time into people and community. Um, because that's I feel like that's what you know, like free time is like if you have free time, that is wealth. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I
Mm.
don't have free time to do anything. I just have to. All of my time is going into like making money, and that's it. But I could interview people all day. I could talk to people all day about their lives and learn more languages and create more art. I guess because my friend and I like to joke that like the phrase capitalism is killing me is not a personality because like we go to like Target and it's like those mugs that are like I hate Mondays and it's like okay but like you know being attacked by capitalism isn't a personality and like you just fed into it by buying this fucking mug like what the fuck like you know what I mean like
Yeah,
um
yeah.
anyway all right next question is if you could tell your younger self any one thing what would it be.
I think I would definitely tell them just to like love themselves a little bit more. Um, and to just be kind, like to themselves as well.
Well you're so my answer's not as good. I would have been like, you should, yeah, fuck him. Yeah, you know,
Mm.
leave that man for the other one. Yeah. Um, let's see. If there were a way to download your memories into a searchable spreadsheet, would you do it?
If I could lock certain memories just so that I could be the one to see them, then yeah.
Um, I think so. I mean, yeah, everybody already knows I have a spreadsheet for some things. Um,
Yeah, I think I have access to it.
uh, yeah, but but although just for a disclaimer that like I don't people get left off of that spreadsheet
Mhm.
if they're important. So I just don't want to like deter anybody who's like out there. But anyway, but if you're just like a dumb person off of the apps, you're on there, girl. Because I need to keep a log of who to avoid.
Girl, not your burn book.
Exactly. All right. What are the day-to-day things that you do that make you feel really good? Do you find yourself doing them as often as you'd like to? If no, why not?
I think my day to day is definitely just like hopping on Discord and just hearing everyone like whether it be just them like watching a movie or like talking about something, or just like gaming. I think I always like um just like popping in and just like listening to everyone. It really like hones in that feeling of like community and friendship. Like even if we
Mhm.
are like miles away, like we're still like present in each other's lives.
Yeah, and that's that's something that I like. I've met people um who like thought it was weird that I had internet friends, and I was like, that's
Mhm.
they're literally like the operative word there is friend. Like I will care about them as if they are my friend because they are. You know? I mean, there are some
Yeah.
people that are like acquaintances, like in the Discord servers or whatever. But like, if
Mhm.
I say you're my friend, you're my friend. That's Madison Beer. Who's your friend? But like,
Please.
but you know what I mean. Um,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't treat you any other way than that. You know. But the answer to this question for me would be um day-to-day things that make me feel good. I like to go for walks. Um, like caffeinated walks. Like I like to get a latte and like walk.
Mhm.
Um, and I think I do it like once a week at least. I like go. And I just like to stroll and I like to go to places that have like nice foot traffic where it's like um not hostile, I guess, like friendly foot traffic, which like often means like in a gentrified area. But like but you know, I just seeing or like you know, seeing people like places that have like outdoor seating and brunches and parks and stuff like that, you know.
Mhm.
It feels very communal and I like being there and like being a person in the scenery rather than just like being an observer and in it. Um yeah, I think I do that at least once a week. Um Next one is, do you feel older or younger than your age?
I think I definitely feel older than my age. Um, I think it was just a really weird dynamic. Like after like I graduated high school,
Mm-hmm.
and then like moving out of like my parents and then just like living here on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but particularly being like the second born in the family, but still doing these things that you would typically expect from like, the firstborn, like the oldest. Um, so because of that, I think I definitely had to develop and like develop my prefrontal cortex. But like just like mature, a little bit faster. Um, and I think living like away from home definitely um like helped me achieve that. So I think I definitely have like a certain view of the world that's like different than, let's say, like my sisters or like my brothers. More specifically than like my brothers because he is like technically like older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I still feel like he acts in a way that is still considered like sometimes like childish,
Oh
you know?
yeah, straight people. I don't know. Wait,
Yeah.
I have to just put a quick pause. Y'all, I have a package and I don't want it to get stolen.
Yeah, go for it.
Go take care of chat.
Girl, who the heck is in chat? Hey, Toby.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel older? Sorry, I just didn't want it to lose it. Okay. Do you feel older or younger than you are than your age? I feel like I'm about my age. Like
Mm,
I don't know. It's come. to a point in my life where I feel um I feel not comfortable, but I accept that I'm in my body. I don't
Mm.
know if that makes sense. I don't know. I like sometimes I used to feel like I was like driving my body than living in it. But now I feel like I'm like really living in it. Maybe that's because I've tried shrooms recently and it's like nice to feel like it like really grounds you.
Yeah,
It really grounds
yeah,
you.
yeah.
But other than that, I've never had like a psychedelic trip. It's really microdosing, so everything just feels like chill.
Mhm.
But I don't endorse that. Whatever. Actually, it's legal where I am, I think. Whatever. Hmm. Okay. What is your favorite quality of mine?
I think my favorite quality of yours, I don't know. I feel like I always like confide in you and you always like give me really, really good advice that I know like if I ever need like advice of any kind, like I can go to you. And you have like such a good understanding of like different people and like how to contextualize advice that you give, if that makes sense.
I think so. I mean, I try my best because the sometimes you need advice about like specific people, and like advice is not a one size fits all thing, Like there are a lot of factors that
Mhm.
go into every situation of every kind. So, I don't know. I hope that what I do helps. My favorite quality of yours. Well, I mean, is it weird to say it's the same thing? I go to you for advice. But like
I mean,
you have such a like a fresh perspective on life that it's just like no, I feel like I'm old and you're young and like you there are things that like there are things that you could navigate uh more adeptly than I can um because I just never had the opportunity to.
mhm.
That makes sense?
I don't know. I feel like we still like complement each other, both in like
Well,
our personalities, but
I
also like
mean, this is my son, y'all. If y'all didn't know, this is my son. Although I didn't do the whole machismo thing on him. That's someone else. But this is my son. Okay, next question. What is your all-time favorite memory of us?
my all-time favorite memory. That one time we went to um we had lunch at I think it was like downtown Disney.
Oh, yeah, 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 with Jesus and Panvilla.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was really fun.
that was really nice. That was a really nice time for sure. I think literally just being in like the space together, just I don't know.
I think I think my favorite memory of us is when we were all at fucking Motherlode. No, we were all at Rocco's. Rocco's?
Oh no, it was Motherlode. Yeah,
We were somewhere and
yeah.
everybody was a little bit messy.
Yeah.
But it was a fun time. It was a fun time. So, here's to making more. I think these answers will change in the future.
For sure.
And then the last question is, do you think we'll always be friends?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I
I think
definitely
so.
see you as like one of my lifelong friends.
Stop. No, I think so too. Yeah, I mean, like, even if down the line we're not as close as we are right now, I think I would be like, that's my friend Silva. Don't touch him.
I think you're one of the people that I will make like a conscientious effort to continue to be friends with. I feel like, you have like those friends where like, oh, you kind of like meet them for a little bit and then you kind of just like stop talking like after a while and then you don't really like
Hmm.
see them anymore. Like I really am not trying to be like that with you. I think I definitely am going to make an effort to just continue to nourish our friendship for years to come.
Yeah, I think the answer is mutual. Yeah. Okay. And that's all we have for that. I have a couple more questions and then we're done. All right. So, these are just some a couple random two questions that people have submitted. Vamos al concierto de Cali?
To Cali, bitch, we're going. Get the plane tickets, get whatever it is we need. We're going.
I don't know who asked that, but that was a viewer question. And then the other one was, have you tracked your moderate to severe cunt severity?
Please. If I had to track it, bitch, the meter would break.
Do you even know how pussy you could really be?
Who asked that? That sounds like something Jay would ask.
I don't fucking know. And then the last two questions, did you have fun?
I did.
Did you
Have
have
a
fun
lot of fun.
today? Okay.
I did.
And the very final question is, who would you love to see next in the Shooting Star Spotlight?
Hmm. I would love to see Pamela.
Oh yeah, I actually had one for her too. And someone asked about her. Interesting. Interesting. She was being a little bit sussy at that pride party last weekend too. I was like,
Please.
you did what with who?
Girl.
Yeah, it was really funny. We were like, "Where's Panfilla?" And they were like, "Oh, she's over there doing something over there." And I was like, "We have to go." That's what I get for being Disney driver. But I'm like, we gotta go. I gotta
We
peel
gotta
her off.
go. We gotta
I gotta peel her off of this person. Um,
go.
but yeah. Is there anything else that the chat would like to say? Now that let me catch up on chat. Let's see. Oh, hi Toby. How's your nap? Toby catching strays. Evan's here. Baby's here. Baby's been here though, I think. Oh, Enzo's here. Hi, Enzo. Thank you for the resub. Also, hi, Dill, if you're still here. Hi, Bernie. All right. Silva is so pretty. Oh, Liz is here. Hi, Liz. All right. So this concludes our Shooting Star Spotlight. I think, do you have time for a game of ARAM?
Yeah, I can play a game.
Okay. So meet us in the Discord. We'll be in the scoop. We're gonna play a game of ARAM. I'm gonna end stream here because I just want the VOD to be just this. So I'll see y'all later. We'll be in Discord. We're playing in ARAM. You want to come? Unless there's 10 of you, then 5v5s.
Custom. We still need our customs night.
Customs night. Is that what we want? Is that what we want for our community night?
I think we should.
Okay, we'll do that. Go watch the VOD. Yeah, I'll make the VOD. I usually make these ones. I make these ones the highlights so that people can watch them. Okay. Everyone say bye to Silva. Silva say bye to the people.
Bye, y'all.
Slay. Not tops versus bottoms, girl.
Y'all are sick.
Y'all are sick. Who is it just gonna be? What, like Silva and Evan and Evan?